What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today is the first episode of Mars through signs. And of course, we start off with Mars in his home sign of Aries. I'm feeling very Mars and Aries like. Can you tell? But there's many sides to Mars and Aries, alright? Now, what is Mars? Mars is our energy, it's our force, it's our aggression, right? But like I said first, most importantly, it's our energy and what we put it towards, what we're passionate about, okay? So Mars is like, okay, I'm passionate about this. How am I going to take the steps to manifest what it is I want? What is Aries? Aries represents, impulsiveness, aggression, competitiveness, sports, military, the self, the I am expression. So, when Mars gets into Aries, which he rules his natural fiery sign, Mars is fired up. It's like you got this flame within you. But what happens with fire if you don't, tame it or keep it under control? It burns everything up. So, as a negative, people with Mars and Aries are quick to anger, or they're just like moody. These are, I don't know if it's a cultural word, but like sometime-ish people. Sometimes I'm feeling really good, and sometimes I'm really pissed off. But it doesn't really take much to piss them off. Don't get it twisted. There are some Mars and Aries people who, they wouldn't hurt anybody, and they're just not like that. This is where aspects come in, right? So say and also house placement. If Mars is in Aries in the 12th house, Mars is it's contained here. This is one of the ones where, because the 12th house, you keep things to yourself. All right, when no one sees it, so you may be angry, but you bottle it. But when it does blow up, it gets crazy. Same effect could be, within like your 8th house, your 4th house, things like that. But Mars in Aries is really represents, something key. It represents being a spiritual warrior. And what we mean by spiritual warrior is understanding how to use your force. Really understanding when to be, what kind of warrior to be. You know how they say cats who, people are always talking aren't really about it, but people will just be chilling, will probably give you the business. It's because when you know what you can do, or you know what you have, there's no need to go out there and try to prove it. So the unevolved Mars in Aries is going to be a hothead. It is going to be someone who is looking to blow up or cause mischief. So on a down, if you don't learn how to cultivate this energy, it can lead you to do just bad things, like become a criminal and things like that. Especially if like squaring Saturn or Jupiter, you will take pride in doing the wrong thing just for a thrill, because that's how you're feeling. The energy is distorted, so at that point you're feeling like empowered by doing that. But on the higher side of Mars and Aries is a soldier, someone in the military, or even a martial artist, somebody who does kung fu or kickboxing, UFC, someone who, even a boxer, all right? It represents all of this. Athletes, you've learned how to take this energy, this fiery, this competitiveness, and channel it to a higher expression. You see? Sports is, especially football and stuff, it's legal violence or constructive violence. You get to get out this anger. All right. So for those of you with Mars and Aries, you got to take action with your body. First and foremost, that's what I would say. From Mars and Aries, it's gonna come through your body. It's gonna come through being physical. And it's like going back to this point of that when you reach this point of, I'm not. And also, you know what it has to do with? It also has to do with facing your fears. All right. So Mars in Aries is, if say it's a position where, because we're considering other planets here, where the person may have like a 12th house sun with this, and then have Mars in Aries, right? Say they may have a 12th house sun and they're not confident in their ability. So they want to do so many things, but they never do. When they conquer those fears, they evolve through that. Okay? With all our Mars, we want to, I always say, Mars is very connected to the 6th house. So Mars in the 6th house, that Mars is certain houses. It's a part of mastery. Once you learn how to perfect how you go about doing things on that 6th house, and on that everyday basis, or within your career, or within that certain realm where you're giving what you're passionate about, it elevates you on your route to mastery and full enlightenment. Okay, so once again, with Mars and Aries, I would start with physical action through one's body. Okay, find an outlet for the aggression, and from that, things can arise. On a career aspect, through studies and things like that, like I said, Mars and Aries highly points towards being passionate about things like the military, police work, detective work, natural athletes. The house is key with all these Mars placements. House and of course sign. So also, security guards, anybody who embodies that aggressive competitiveness, not even competitive for like security guard, but anybody who embodies that athletic kind of authoritative stance. Mars and Aries. All right, so guys, this is my episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Feels good to be in the mode of this energy. All right, feel free to comment, let me know what you think. Until next time, peace.